In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NBA games happening on February 6, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis Grizzlies versus New York Knicks. The impending clash between the Memphis Grizzlies and the New York Knicks is set to unfold in an inter-conference matchup as the Grizzlies journey to New York. Positioned near the bottom of the Western Conference standings, the Grizzlies find themselves contending with a challenging season, marred by several critical injuries that have significantly impacted their performance. Anticipating the challenges that lie ahead, the Grizzlies are already casting an eye towards the upcoming season. In stark contrast, the Knicks are ascending in the Eastern Conference, currently holding the 3rd spot, having surpassed the injury-plagued 76ers in the standings. Having experienced a recent downturn in form, the Memphis Grizzlies are eager to break free from a 5-game losing streak, a streak exacerbated by a crushing defeat at the hands of the Celtics, resulting in a 131-91 road loss. Scottie Pippen Jr. led the team with 19 points off the bench, supported by G.G. Jackson's 18 points and David Roddy's contribution of 14 points and 8 rebounds. Despite their individual efforts, the team collectively struggled, shooting only 38% from the field and 11 of 38 from beyond the arc. The Grizzlies faced an uphill battle right from the start, falling behind 70-50 in the first half and ultimately succumbing to a fourth-quarter collapse, scoring a mere 15 points. The upcoming challenge for the Grizzlies involves facing the Bulls. In contrast, the New York Knicks have been on an impressive winning streak, tallying 9 consecutive victories before being halted by the Lakers in a 113-105 loss. Jalen Brunson emerged as the leading scorer with 36 points and 10 assists, supported by Don DiVincenzo's 26 points and Josh Hart's double-double performance with 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. Despite a solid performance, the Knicks struggled to maintain control in the 4th quarter, resulting in a disappointing finish. The Knicks are set to face the Mavericks in their subsequent game. As both teams prepare for their matchup, the Grizzlies find themselves severely depleted due to injuries, with key players such as John Konchar, Derrick Rose, Jaren Jackson Jr., Santi Aldama, and Jan Morant sidelined. The Knicks are also grappling with injury concerns, missing Og Anunoby and Julius Randle. Despite the challenges, the Grizzlies remain competitive, displaying resilience despite their recent lopsided loss to the Celtics. The Knicks, on the other hand, have faced setbacks but continue to exhibit strength, with Jalen Brunson expected to exert significant influence on the game's flow. The New York Knicks, despite their recent setback against the Lakers, remain on an upward trajectory and are poised to overcome the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, without key players and potentially missing Jackson as well, face an uphill battle. The Knicks have refined their rotation with the addition of Anunoby, showcasing improved defense, particularly in half-court situations. Against the offensively struggling Grizzlies, the Knicks are likely to dominate defensively and secure a home victory on Tuesday night. The Grizzlies have endured substantial challenges this season, with a staggering 13 players currently listed on the injury report. Their struggles were evident in the recent loss to the Celtics, and a similar outcome is anticipated with the Grizzlies missing even more players in the upcoming game. While the Knicks are not without their own injury concerns, the discrepancy in roster strength makes this matchup decidedly unequal. Expressing reluctance to favor double-digit point spreads in the NBA, it is emphasized that the Grizzlies roster, primarily composed of G-League level players, is showing signs of fatigue. Despite their recent defeats against the Warriors and Celtics, the Knicks are expected to capitalize on the Grizzlies' weakened lineup. With a significant line in play, the Knicks may also have their sights set on the impending matchup against the Mavericks. Consequently, the New York Knicks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The injury-ridden Memphis team faces uncertainty with 7 players listed as questionable against the Knicks. While Sandy Aldama and Xavier Tillman are likely to play, Jaren Jackson Jr.'s readiness remains uncertain. The Grizzlies' chances of staying competitive hinge on slowing the pace and adopting a defensive-centric style, exploiting the Knicks' 27th rank in pace. However, with the Grizzlies ranking last in offensive rating and G.G. Jackson shouldering the majority of shot attempts, their offensive struggles are expected to persist against the Knicks. Being the lowest-scoring team in the league with the worst shooting percentage, the Grizzlies are not expected to generate a high point total on Tuesday night. The Knicks, possessing the league's top-ranked rebounding team, are likely to limit the Grizzlies to one-and-done possessions. Although the Knicks themselves rank 15th in scoring offense and 20th in field goal percentage, they are anticipated to comfortably secure the win without posting excessively high scores. Additionally, historical trends at Madison Square Garden suggest a low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full-game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves vs. Chicago Bulls. The upcoming matchup features the Minnesota Timberwolves facing the Chicago Bulls on Tuesday night. In their recent performances, Minnesota secured a convincing home victory over the Houston Rockets with a score of 111-90, effectively covering the spread as 7.5-point favorites. Conversely, Chicago suffered a home defeat against the Sacramento Kings, falling 123-115 as 1.5-point home favorites. This game marks the initial encounter of the season between these two teams. Having won 5 out of their last 7 games, the Minnesota Timberwolves enter this matchup in good form. Their latest triumph over the Rockets showcased a stellar performance by Anthony Edwards, who led the team with 32 points. In addition, Rudy Gobert contributed 17 points along with 13 rebounds and 4 blocks, while Karl Anthony Towns provided 14 points and 10 rebounds. Despite a slow second quarter, the Timberwolves managed to lead at halftime and eventually secured a resounding victory, boosting their home record to 19-5 for the season. On the flip side, the Chicago Bulls have maintained a decent record, splitting their last 8 games. However, they aim to bounce back from their recent loss to the Kings, where Kobe White led the team with 26 points. Nikola Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan each contributed 24 points, and Ayo Dosunmu chipped in with 18 points. Despite a subpar defensive performance in the first half, the Bulls mounted a comeback in the second half, narrowing the gap to 3 points with less than a minute remaining on the clock. In terms of player availability, the Timberwolves are still without Jalen Clark, while the Bulls are missing Zach LaVine. Additionally, there is uncertainty regarding the participation of Alex Caruso, who is questionable due to a left adductor strain. The strategic aspect of the game is highlighted, with the discussion centering around the Bulls' utilization of small ball tactics against the Timberwolves. Recognizing the prowess of Minnesota's frontcourt duo, Towns and Gobert, the argument is presented that deploying DeRozan at the 4 may not be effective. The analysis delves into the mismatch in the post between DeRozan and Towns, emphasizing the defensive capabilities of Gobert. Furthermore, the offensive style of the Bulls, focused on mid-range and rim play, is deemed susceptible to the Timberwolves' defensive setup. The presence of Anthony Edwards is highlighted as a significant advantage for Minnesota. Highlighting the Timberwolves' defensive strength, they rank first in defensive efficiency, allowing only 106 points per 100 possessions. Their dominance extends to rebounding, ranking third in rebound rate at 52.1%. In contrast, the Bulls rank 13th and 19th in these categories, indicating a potential advantage for Minnesota. Despite the Bulls' commendable effort in narrowing a 30-point deficit in their previous game, the Timberwolves enter as favorites, especially considering the injuries impacting the Bulls roster. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in an inconsistent phase, compounded by injuries to key players such as LaVine, White, and the uncertainty surrounding Caruso. In contrast, the Minnesota Timberwolves, among the healthier teams in the league, are poised to leverage their defensive prowess against the struggling Bulls offense. With a track record of success as favorites, the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Delving into statistics, Minnesota emerges as the top defensive team according to dunksandthrees.com, featuring elite defenders in McDaniels and Gobert. The offensive struggles of the Bulls, ranking 23rd in the league in offensive efficiency, coupled with multiple players on the injury report, point towards a challenging task for Chicago to score against the formidable Minnesota defense. Additionally, both teams exhibit a preference for a slower pace, ranking 29th and 25th in tempo, respectively. This style of play is anticipated estimated to result in a game that falls significantly below the projected total. Further analysis of the team's playing styles reveals their inclination towards slower-paced games. Chicago sits at the bottom of the league in pace, utilizing only 98.8 possessions per game, while Minnesota ranks 26th with 100.2 possessions. Considering recent trends, the under has cashed in 6 of Minnesota's last 7 games. The expectation is that the Timberwolves will control the game and deliberately slow down the pace, capitalizing on the defensive prowess of Rudy Gobert and Alex Caruso. While the temptation exists to consider an over at a reduced total, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.